Okay guys, hopefully you can see this. The sun's not too much of a glare. Here we are out here on our way to George Washington National Forest. We got my puppy, Alva. Hey girl, say hi. Say hi. Yeah, so got a couple of friends here with me. I'm not sure where my buddy is going. He just left. But anyways, so this is gonna be a 3-day trip, I think. 3 days and 3 nights. It's Friday. It's Friday morning still right now. We'll get there probably in the afternoon, and then we'll stay Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday morning we'll head back because it's Martin Luther King Day. So I have that day off. Anyways, my friend Cameron's gonna be joining us this evening. So tonight I'll be. Yeah, I hear you, man. Where'd you go?
You'll see Walmart on the right.
Roger that. Okay, well, I gotta go. We'll catch up later.
I hear something from the screen. I see him. He's in my sight. He's going down. Let's go down. Oh, you're just on that track right here. What's that? Yep. Oh, you're so good. Wow. I never did. Pretty dog. Oh my god. Yeah.
There we go. I guess I can give you guys a little tour of my truck, what I keep in here for now. Maybe I'll do like a truck tour video sometime, but for the most part, I like to keep things organized. Got a little organizer in there, got one in the glove box. Here's my rifle rack up here, and just some, things. This is Alva's backpack for her doggy bags and things like that. There's my backpack. We got her bed that she tore the shit out of while we were driving. Some other stuff. Okay, so I was just filming the inside of my truck a little bit, and the zoom on this is right where you grab it on top, so you might have got some of that. It might have been completely fucked, but either way, I'm gonna set my camp up now, figure out where I want to hang my hammock, and then I'm just gonna get things ready. I might film myself setting up, but for now I'm gonna let you guys go. But I want to give you one panning view of this whole woods that we're in one more time. So it's just completely gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's some rabbit trails running right under where I am going to be hanging my hammock. Goes right under here and down over towards the creek. So I wonder if there's a possibility of us bagging some small game out here. I have to, my buddy Cameron, when he gets here, he's got all the regulations and things like that for hunting small game and birds out here. So looks like it's snowing a little bit again, but we'll see. And if we can, you bet your ass I'm gonna clean and cook it. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, let's get this set up. So, when I was digging that hole, right, the first layer I had to dig through was a bunch of these fucking rocks. Now, this is wiggling a little bit, but remember I dug that hole. So, to make it sturdier, these rocks are going back in first. And then I can press the mud down around the top, or the soil rather. It's not mud, really. Down around the top, and it'll make this pole a lot sturdier. It only has to hold that tarp up, but depending on how much it snows in the next 2 or 3 days, that might accumulate a lot of weight. Not a big deal, you can just shake it off, but in they go. That'll hold. Ooh. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Hey guys, so I don't know how much you got to see. I think the camera just died. I didn't realize how short the batteries were on these cameras, and it's only day one and my first one died. I only have one more, so I'm gonna have to be a lot more stringent on how much I actually record. But basically here's the back half. Got that all set up, and then once we tie this off to these two posts, put some tension on it, it'll be a nice tight shelter over my hammock, and then we can start a fire right under here. I might build a firewall or something like that if I have time, or if I have the wood. I don't want to build with all my firewood, but if I find some wood that I can't burn, I might try it. Otherwise I might just use some of my boxes. That might be a bad idea. Maybe I'll just bring this log a little closer so it'll reflect some of the fire back into my shelter. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this up, and then nothing exciting. I'm just gonna gather some firewood, help. These guys have been trying to fell this dead standing tree here in the here on this hill for a while now. I don't know if you can see them, but they're right above the truck there. And they're trying like a motherfucker. The chainsaw, the blade came loose on the chainsaw. So anyways, I'm gonna get my shelter set up. I'm gonna set up a little shelter for Alva, probably right next to mine. That way, because I'm kind of far away from the main camp, but I wanted it that way so that I could do my own thing and I wouldn't be disturbing the rest of the guys with my recording. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later. So, alright, I got the shelter finished, and this is pretty much what it looks like from underneath. I'll build a fire right about here. I had to adjust where this pole was, so I took it out of the ground and I moved it a couple feet to the side. And I had already cut the line, and I don't know if I can see it. Looks like it's tied up. I was just going to show you guys that if you have two pieces of line or string or rope or whatever that is too small, that you can't use it, don't throw it away, because if you're out here maybe you don't have a lot, you can tie two pieces together by using a square knot, which I'll try to show you an example later. Alright, so this is probably going to be the last camp update for today. I'm sorry I couldn't spend more time showing you guys me actually doing it, but like I said before, my batteries are dying super fast. This is the last one, so I'm going to try to make it last all weekend. I might break it out if we shoot, definitely when we cook, obviously. So here's like a tour of the camp now. So I've got my my tent hammock, or my tarp and hammock set up over there. I've got a little shelter for Alva with her cage and everything like that, so she'll be nice and dry and super warm. Are you happy in there, girl? Huh? She's been running around all day, fucking just zipping around camp. So anyway, so I didn't actually have to build a firewall out of wood because I found a couple giant sheets of flagstone, so I was able to put this together, and this will reflect the heat from the fire that I have tonight back into the camp towards the shelters. I don't know where Cameron's gonna set up his tent, but I got plenty of firewood for now. We actually were able to, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but we were able to get that chainsaw blade tightened up, and I went up there and I chopped that giant ass tree down, and so we've just been splitting wood all day. This will be good for definitely tonight. Probably tomorrow I'll have to get some wood for the next day, but oops. Anyways, so let me give you a little tour of the rest of the camp. So out of that giant tree, I sawed myself off a good chopping block, so now I can split this wood here Got my tools hanging up. Oh, looks like they just fell another big boy. Anyway, so back around here is where I have all my stuff, my cooler. There are bears out here, so if there's a bear checking out my food, I want him to not be able to see me. I don't want to wake up and be looking him dead in the eye. I got the cooler there. I've got some jugs of water and toilet paper and things like that in there. My sleeping bags are all in here, and I will show you guys how I line my hammock tonight with my sleeping bags, and then my just have some miscellaneous cooking tools and things like that in my vortex bag. Anyways, I think in the morning I'll move that table over here so that we can have breakfast and look down at this little creek, which is really beautiful, really peaceful out here, but a steep drop. Let me see if I can hang the camera out over the ledge here. And it's pretty steep, but I don't know if I'll try to catch any little fish down in that creek. I don't know if it's deep enough. It's probably only about a foot deep, but we can see, you know, we'll set up a trap. But this is awesome. My little camp here, got the main camp over there. I'll tell you what, if anybody's getting chomped by a bear on this trip, it's definitely going to be me and Cameron. But the weather is not bad. It's actually pretty warm considering how much snow we have, which isn't too much snow, but it's you know, enough for me to not want to sleep on the fucking ground. So anyways, I think we're gonna go shoot some guns, hang some targets, you know, and once it gets a little darker out, maybe have a couple beers. So peace, guys. I'll see you either later on or in the morning. So there is another thing I forgot, and that was my fire pit. So I forgot to make a spit, basically. It's just a couple simple Y-shaped sticks with one going across the top. And I also made a little pot hanger here so that I can boil some water. Come here, get. Good girl. And if you guys are wondering why if you guys are wondering why I skinned these two, is because I don't know if I'm going to be putting food directly on there. I might hang some meat on there and dry some meat out, or I might rest meat on there, or raw food. And anything you want raw food touching, you want to cut the bark off of, because this is now clean. Everything that still has bark on it, all the bacteria is on the outside of the tree, just like our own skin. If your skin was pulled off, you don't want to get bacteria on there, right? Well, it's the same concept as this. So by skinning it, I keep it clean so that if I have any raw food touching it, it's not really gonna get me sick, you know? Because the last thing you want to do is get sick on a camping trip. It's it's not very fun. So I have to leave camp here in a few hours to go pick up my friend. He doesn't have a 4x4 to get out here, so we're gonna leave, head back into town, which is about like 20 miles or something like that, and it's probably gonna be dark, but I'm gonna try to get a video of me with a fire going, cooking some kind of food. So if the next thing you see is tomorrow, then just assume it was too dark to film, but I'm gonna try. Bye. Okay guys, Cameron's here, finally. He's got his tent set up. We've got the fire going and we've got some wood drying off on the sides here, and we're just about to make some dinner. Got some cube steaks that I'm gonna fry up, and then we're gonna get some potatoes and mushrooms going to eat along with those. Yeah. Cover that in some oil. I don't know if you can hear this, but off in the distance, at the main camp is some of our friends who are, well, some of them are a little more fucked up than others. So, but all we care about is getting this dinner cooking. It's gonna be good. There we go. Threw a little bit of salt and pepper on there, and you can hear the vegetables frying in there. It's gonna be good. Tomorrow morning, we'll probably do some bacon and eggs. I got 2 more of these, and I was thinking about doing. I brought some flour and oil, so I was thinking maybe doing a country fried steak for breakfast one of these days. So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna shut this off now. And I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Oh. Yep. Good morning. Last night was pretty cold. This sleeping bag setup that I have is pretty good, but had a bit of a headache. Anyways, it's morning now, and we're about to put on some breakfast. I had smoke coming in from the fire, coming into my little shelter, so I had to set up this extra tarp here to sort of block it. Let's see, all in there in her shelter, all toasty. So, yeah, we'll let her out. We'll get some breakfast going before it snows again. It sounds like it might be raining a little bit, but that's okay.
Definitely gonna shoot a bird though. Have to. Not hot yet. Coming along. Oh, that'd make a good firewood. The tree's already dying. Oh, that one's dead too. There you go. I see what you got here, the Y sticks in it. Yeah. These dudes might be all off. It's just cooking. Not bad. Frozen toes.
No!
What's wrong?
Lost a piece of bacon.
Oh. Shit. That's good. Nope. Piece there. Get it.
Some bacon fat.
Yeah, why not? Check this out. Oh, she's gonna murder us.
Who, the dog?
Yeah. Oh no.
Give all the her brushes.
You're not. What's the matter with you? You don't even want your food? Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, looks like the oil is thawing out some. Don't leave your oil on the table while you're camping, it will fucking freeze. This rickety ass table. Oh, that fucking tea is hot.
Hey man, gotta send it to you. How do I give you a promo?
So here's a camp update. It started raining and we thought it was going to be raining pretty bad. It's actually kind of mild now, just sprinkling, but we thought it was going to be a lot worse. So we hung this giant tarp up over the entire camp to protect the firewood and the fire. So here's kind of what it looks like now. Basically, we'll probably move this table, I don't know, out of the way at some point, but we got all the wood stacked up over there. There's my original hammock and tarp setup, and then we've got this big one, and we've angled it like this. We've angled it like this on purpose so that the smoke coming out of the fire rolls out of the camp instead of back, instead of just sitting right here in our faces, because this is only maybe three and a half feet above our heads. And last night when the wind was blowing, the fire started to die down a little bit and got really smoky, and so it was rolling right into my tent, and I turned on my light and I could see the smoke, so I basically attached this other tarp here to the corners of my tarp, and now at nighttime, to avoid the smoke rolling into my shelter, I can flip this over and it hangs straight down like a wall. Anyways, so Cameron and I are about to go take a walk and maybe shoot some guns. So I think we're gonna go walk down this creek here and see if we can find anything interesting. So I don't think I'm gonna bring the camera for that though, because I already have my shotgun on me and a lot of ammunition. So I'll leave this here and I'll update you guys next time we do something interesting. Hey guys, so as you can probably see, I'm back in my house. What happened was the camp got flooded out. It started monsooning really bad. My buddy had we didn't have any cell phone service, but my buddy had some kind of weather thing in his Jeep, and he checked it, and basically I think the last update I gave, Cameron and I were going out for a walk, and we went through the woods for a little while, and we're just trying to see if we could find like a squirrel or a rabbit or a bird or something like that. Well, when we came back, the tarp that I had put over the camp to cover the fireplace and everything from the rain, one of the corners had snapped, and the water was flooding right directly down into the bottom of our camp. So I tried to save it, but the fireplace was drenched. My dog's cage, her shelter, was flooding out at the bottom, and just the very end of my hammock was exposed, was not covered by my tarp, and water had flooded into my hammock. Honestly, if Alva wasn't here or wasn't there with us, I probably would have tried to dry out my hammock and, you know, salvage what I could and maybe moved over to the main camp. But to be honest, the main camp was already pretty messed up because the ground around the fire pit and around the main area was just completely like thick, sloppy mud, even before it started raining really badly. So I just didn't want my dog to be, you know, flopping around and rolling around in the mud and the snow for an entire weekend. So I'm really sorry. I wanted to stay the whole weekend. I was really looking forward to this trip, and I'm sorry I had to cut it short. But we're back home now. Alva just had a bath. I'm about to take a shower, and I guess I'll just edit together what I have, and hopefully you guys will have enjoyed the video. This will probably be the last piece. So thanks for watching. See ya.